Hello and welcome back to the channel. So today, after what feels like an eternity, the delivery driver has turned up with what's going to be the beginnings of the touring loadout for the NX500. So let's get these in the garage and I'll show you what we've bought. Now you have probably noticed a distinct lack of riding footage out on the road over the last couple of weeks, and that's mostly because there's been a lot of salt, a lot of ice and just a lot of general bad weather, which means I don't really want to take the street triple out in those conditions. And because the NX currently doesn't have any sort of loadout in terms of storage space, I haven't really been able to head out that far. So what's in these boxes should be the beginnings of the solution of that. So the first thing we've gone for is the Shad 3P mounting system, and already that looks like a good sturdy bit of kit. We've now got the box emptied. I'll quickly show you what you get in terms of the Shad 3P system. So you've got your two support brackets for your panniers, two little brackets and a bag of washers and whatnot. Now I have heard there's potentially issues with fitting these with the side boxes I've gone for, so I have bought as well a couple of little bags of different size spaces. Now in terms of how these will look on the bike, I guess they'll sit probably about there somewhere. But before we get these mounted, I'll show you what we've got in the other box. So what we've gone for is the SH23 Panniers. They look surprisingly quite big, but nice and solid. Now in terms of timing, I got quite lucky because I managed to get these in the Black Friday sales. So I think it was 15% off. But either way, I'll put links to the racking system and the Panniers in the description below. But when it comes to first impressions, I'm really happy with these. The lockable, the top opening, which I'll run through later. But when it comes to the colour, how you've got the sort of the black here, the slightly lighter colour here, should really fit with the bike perfectly. As you can see, it's like a two-tone black and grey, so I think they should fit in with the aesthetics of the bike perfectly. Generally speaking, I'll never read the instructions, what always makes it 10 times harder for me to install anything. But one thing I always do is check when it comes to your nuts, bolts, spacers and whatnot, that they match the quantities that you've got in here, because if you are short on one of those, you're probably going to be screwed. And before starting any work on a bike, the most critical thing you can do is get yourself a coffee. So the first job is going to be to disconnect these handrails and put on these little brackets. Now it's not massively clear which way they go around on the instructions, but my assumption is they'll sit, I think, just like that. And that's surely the right way. So we've got two 12mm bolts. Just as a quick correction there, so you had the two 12mm bolts there. There's also a one here that we'll have to remove with the Allen key, so let's get that cracked off. And the next step is to line up your bracket, which appears to fit alright in that orientation. And I'm just going to nip these up for now to make sure everything goes together as it should. And just to give you a bit of a close-up, that was the two 12mm bolts. There's a little Allen key bolt in there, and that little plastic retaining clip, I don't know if that's going to go back in, but we'll see how that plays out later. And that's the bracket. Now the next thing to do, if we line up the bracket so it'll sit roughly around here, we have to remove the rear foot peg to get to the hole that's behind it to connect via the bolt that's supplied. There's just a little split pin, I don't know if you can see that, so we just need to unfold it so then we can thread it through the little hole, and then this assembly should just drop off. And there you can see that's what we needed to get access to. Now looking through the screws that are supplied, you've got two M8s, one's 30mm and one's 50mm. So my assumption is the shorter one will be on the side without the exhaust, and the longer one will be needed to go through all the extra gubbins that's on that side. So now we can mount the bracket. So it lines up, it looks like it lines up alright. So what we'll do is we'll connect it up the top end here, just so we can make life a bit easier for ourselves. All we've got to do now is feed the bolt through, connect the arm. There's another washer to go on, and then the nut. I'm just going to go around now, gradually tighten all the bolts and get it fixed in place, and then we'll see what it looks like when we put the side bag on. Now I did almost forget, you've got to remove these little stoppers. So inside of the side boxes you get the one that's specific for your bike, and these are handed. Don't know if you can see that, but it's just written on the back. So this one here is the left one, so that'll go on in its place just like that. Would have been a lot easier if I switched this out before attaching it to the bike. Well, that's a consequence of not reading the instructions properly. So now we've got the stop switched over and we've got everything firmly in place. Let's see what it's like with one of these side boxes fitted. So you just line up, well, I'll show you underneath. You just got a little groove that runs along here and a little stop on the opposite side. That just all hooks into place. And then there's a little lever what says pull. You pull that back, lets it drop down, push down, let go of that lever, and locked in place. Now we'll have to pull the bike out the garage to have a proper look, but at least you can see what it looks like. But for now I'm going to crack on. I'm going to move the bike over a bit, get the other side done, get the seat on, and we'll whip it out of the garage and see what it looks like. Now just for completeness of the install, I need to show you one more thing. So that's both grab rails secured back on. I've got both of the side box rails connected. Now on this side where the exhaust is, it's actually a lot easier. So rather than disconnecting the rear foot peg, all you've got to do is unloosen this bolt and connect with the new one that's supplied as part of the 3P system. And as you can see, these are rock solid. And that's the job complete. So I would say that's probably an hour at the pace I was going at to get that all connected up. So I'll show you what it looks like, firstly from the back of the bike. I'm really happy with them. They do seem to stick out quite a bit, but there's no other way around you can connect the brackets, so that must be the way they're meant to be. But for anybody who's watching this with a 24 or a 25 NX500, there's the clearance. So there's plenty down there, and when it comes to opening the lids, there's no issues with anything catching. And as you can see, there's quite a lot of space in there. And the other benefit for me, if you look at it from down at this angle, they're slightly lower than the seat. So that means when I get the Krieger roll bag on, that'll sit quite flat and quite nice across there, and these won't get in the way. And eventually I'll get a top box for here, but yeah, I'm happy with those. And looking at it from the front, the colour match is spot on for the bike. But in terms of how much they stick out, I would say it's slightly more than the mirrors, but that's not too bad. And just to show you again how the locking system works, it's just a case of you pull that back, you can release it, and to lock it you basically push down while you're pushing that in, and it locks in place and it's solid. So now I've got the panniers on the bike, I'm one step closer to turning it into the touring stroke camping machine that I'd planned for, because really the street triple will be staying in the garage while it's cold weather, wet weather, a bit of salt on the road, and I'll be using the NX as the winter bike. Now I have been getting a few more bits and pieces. I've got the Rhino Walk crash bars, I've got a little tank bag, In the video I did a few weeks back, I've got the Thunderbox installed. So all I really need now is the top box, one or two other minor little bits and pieces, and then what I'll do a summary video covering everything I've got for the bike, how it's going to work, and then we'll go out on two wheels and test it in the real world. Well, that's a wrap for today's video, so I hope it's been helpful. Either is a potential buyer of the Shad SH23 Panniers that you can see behind us, or if you were looking at what potential Panniers to get for the NX500, because what I didn't show you, but hopefully you can see here, is the gap for the exhaust is no concern whatsoever. Because I know a lot of the Panniers do have a tendency, at least on this specific bike, to be in direct airflow of the exhaust, but with these it isn't the case, so it is a safe option. So as always, I hope you've enjoyed watching the video, and if you have, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and we'll catch you in the next one. Cheers!